If you're planning a party, look no further than the bacon counter. Everyone loves it, and bacon lends itself to so many imaginative accompaniments. See accompanying bacon, page 21. Hi, I'm internet sensation Richard Wiseman, and you're watching Wiseman Goes Wild. So I've discovered the joys of bacon through this wonderful book called The Best of British Bacon Recipes. It's an old 1980s, 70s book, but it's actually very good and it's got some wonderful recipes in here which I'm very looking forward to trying out over time. So we today are going to be trying what is called ginger crowned bacon, which is a gammon joint which is cooked in ginger beer and then sort of glazed in a marmalade of ginger and orange. It's a very beautiful dish. As per usual, I haven't tried it, but we'll just make it up as we go along and hopefully it will all work out. So we'll see on that front. But great book, I thoroughly recommend it. So today we're cooking gammon in ginger beer. It's going to be a really nice dish. We'll go to details a bit later on, but the weather's not great out here, as you can see. It's pissing down with rain, but we've got the fire going. We're going to let the fire settle down. Once that's settled down, we'll get on with the cooking. So fairly straightforward. We're just going to shove the gammon into a Dutchie pot here, just like that, and we shall shove in the ginger beer. Only a little bit of fizz, that's lovely. In order to cook the gammon, we're using ginger beer. We're going to slowly boil it in the ginger beer for an hour and a half. This will allow the ginger and the sweetness and the sugar to really get into the gammon and give a really nice sweetness to it. Perfect. And we'll save a little bit for a dark and stormy later on. Yeah. So there we are, lid on. As we know from previous Wiseman Goes Wild, what we're doing, we're putting the coals on top of the Dutch oven to allow an equal heat to go through the whole way. So effectively we're kind of roasting it in its own juices. Bacon lends itself to so many imaginative accompaniments that you will automatically be voted for a very clever host or hostess. Yeah? For a small dinner party, choose a bacon joint like middle gammon, which can be baked, glazed, or garnished. This is not an extravagance. No. Because any leftovers can be used for family meals for a day or two. A glazed bacon joint can be freshly prepared and served with accompanied salads. A bacon casserole is also good for a sort of meal because bacon keeps hot without spoiling until people are ready to eat it. It's just a quick check-in to see how the meat's doing. Yeah, it's bubbling away quite nicely, isn't it? So, lid back on. So during lockdown I've been sorting out my van. So whilst all the food's cooking over there, let's see what's in my cupboards. So here we are. There it is. So we've got all your essentials in there. We've got my olive oil. Yeah. We've got my fish sauce. Yeah. We've got some digestive biscuits. Yeah. Always very important when camping. This is an amazing ingredient. red hot sauce by Frank's, and yeah, lots of bits and pieces which are all very useful. This stuff I swear by. Yeah, any of these Schwartz mixes are just absolutely brilliant on chicken. They're absolutely fantastic. Got a little bit of mustard in there, you know, because mustard's always good, isn't it? And yeah, there we are. And the most important ingredient in the whole world, because it is awesome, is my rather manky jar of marmite. We seem to have a bit more mustard and of course a bottle of Vimto. So now the meat's cooked, we're draining the ginger beer out of it and we'll put a glaze on it. The glaze is a very simple marmalade and ginger combination. That will then go back in the Dutch oven and we'll put it on a heat for 20-30 minutes until we can get a nice crust on top of the gammon. Whilst I'm getting on with this, let's head over to Andy for an interesting fact. Andy.
In 1962, the screwworm fly was totally eradicated from the crops of Florida by releasing 70 million sterile male flies per week for 2 whole years, bred in a disused aircraft hangar. 40 tons of meat delivered each week to feed them at a cost of $8 million.
Okay, we're now at the next phase. We're going to smother the gammon joint in this lovely mixture of marmalade with shredded ginger in there, yeah, sort of, or microplane ginger. So let's get this going, eh? That's probably good, isn't it? Put it there. And there. This will actually melt, this marmalade and mixture, so I'm just coating it now. So we'll have to do a couple of glazings of it as it sort of goes back in, but we're going to put that, let's move that around, we're going to put it back in face up because we want to try and get a bit of crispness. Whether it will work or not, as always, it's the first time we ever try anything. We never actually try anything which we've done before when we do Wiseman Goes Wild. It's always just to make it up as we go along. So we'll put that back in. Let's get all this lovely goodness stuck on top, and we'll try and get some heat on top as well to actually get that nice bit, that, you know, get some crispy and get some crackling on it. As I said, no idea if it'll work or not, but hey, let's give it a go. That is just salty, gingery, marmalade loveliness. Fucking good. It's really good. Let's get it back on. We'll leave that for 20 minutes. I'll get some more heat on top and we'll see if we can get a nice little crust on it. That's lovely. That's just, If I get you to lick my fingers down, it's...
That's a step too far.
For a formal buffet, a middle gammon, a whole gammon, makes a splendid centrepiece, surrounded by garnishes and salads. If using a small joint, slice it and arrange on a serving dish with garnishes. If you're lucky enough to have a whole gammon, leave most of it whole to show its beauty. But cut a few thin slices and arrange them on the dish to speed up the serving. If you have no time for cooking, buy a quality or thinly sliced gammon from a butcher or grocer and roll it up into cylinders or cornets filled with salads or large serving dishes, or arrange in slices alternating with tongue, cold pork, beef or sliced sausages. Look at that, that's properly, it's bubbling away, isn't it? That's just going to be incredible. Just got to keep an eye on it now so we don't end up burning the bottom of the pan. I reckon we're almost there. Not the crispiness, but it doesn't matter. Give that about 5 more minutes. I think we're ready to go. So let's go and have a look at this thing, shall we? Yes, that's it. I don't think we really want to go any further because we don't want to burn the marmalade in the bottom, so we're going to just get that off. So the gammon is now done. There was the glaze, which I didn't want to burn the bottom of the pan, so I've taken it off and I've put the glaze over and over it again to marinate it a little bit more. And now we're just resting it for 15-20 minutes just to allow it to cool down and allow the meat to rest, which will make it that bit more juicy, that bit more easier to cut and that bit more lovely to eat when it's ready. So what we're going to do, we're just going to rest this by putting a bit of tin foil over the top. 10-15 minutes, longer if you want to, it doesn't matter, it's a gammon, it's wonderful cold, isn't it? And so after 15-20 minutes we'll then have a go and we'll have an eat and see what it's like. At Christmas and Easter, those great family occasions, always be sure to have bacon joints as part of the festive food. A boiled and baked joint makes a beautiful meal anyway and provides the basis of those endless cold snack meals, which are important when many casual visitors drop in or drinks parties turn into informal suppers. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut the meat. I've got a bit of stuff with that. I've got a bit of Stilton, a bit of cheddar, a few tomatoes and a bit of rocket, all absolutely lovely with it. I would have liked some pickle, but I wasn't organised enough. So here we are, 2 hours later. I've got my plate here with my rocket, my tomato, a little bit of Stilton, a little bit of cheddar, the king of cheeses in my opinion, and a bread roll. They'll both just go lovely with the saltiness of the meat and it's just going to be beautiful. So let's get this thing cut. Get that off, move that off to the side. There you have one glazed, lovely looking bit of meat. Yeah, perfectly cooked. I didn't quite get the crust in it which I wanted, but that doesn't matter. It's just beautifully glazed and it's just going to be lovely salty goodness. So let's get a few cuts of that. Okay. I'm not too worried about making it perfect. I just want take a bit there. Put on there. All we need to do now is take the food, the salad, the drizzle of olive oil, and we're ready to eat. So, sultry, gingery, marmalade. There's nothing not to like with this, really. I'm just going to eat cheese and meat. I might not even bother eating the salad. But yeah, wonderful, wonderful combination of food. Take a bit of roll. Bit of cheese, a bit of that. Go on, put a bit of salad on it as well. And let's get that down my face. Thank you all for tuning in for this episode of Wiseman Goes Wild. I'm now off for a bacon party in my van. Until next time, stay wild. Is this going to make the outtakes? Hi, I'm internet sensation Richard Wiseman, and you're watching I'll start again. Hi, I'll stop. 2, 3. This episode of Wiseman Goes Wild is sponsored by Jizz Leaves. Jizz Leaves, when you need some spunk in your bush. Gonna make you sweat. Sweat. Okay. can't do it with a fucking camera on me. It's quite disturbing, that song, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you cry it, I'm going to push it some more.